Welcome back to Good Sports For You, where we are talking about good sports for you. And today we got another tier list coming at you, and we are ranking team logos. I cannot wait for this one. Before we hop into it, I want to remind you to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate it so much. So as you can see, we got the logos for every single team. It's going to be their cap logo, so don't expect any large fonts or anything like that going across, So to start off, we got the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. It's fine. I think it's a little bit boring, but it does too much at the same time. I think it looks a little bit outdated. So for that reason, I think it's firmly going to be C tier. Next up, we have the Athletics, Sacramento Athletics, Oakland Athletics, whatever you want to say. And you know what? I think, again, it's kind of a boring logo, but I think that it does a decent job, and I like it a little bit more than the Angels logo, personally, so for that reason, it's going to be B tier. Now is going to be the first controversial opinion of my video, and it's going to be the Astros logo. I don't like it. I used to like it, but the more that I look at it, the more I don't like it. I think the H looks ugly. I think it's blocky and doesn't look good. And I don't think that the star popping out behind it does it any favors, honestly. And for that reason, it's going to be a D tier, actually. Coming up next is going to be the Toronto Blue Jays, and I love their logo. I love the Blue Jay facing to the side. I love having the maple leaf. I think it's one of the best logos in the game, honestly. And it's going to be an A tier for me just because it's a little bit newer. It hasn't established itself as an iconic logo yet. And honestly, being an iconic logo does matter a lot in my rankings. Next up is going to be the Braves logo, and I think it's a boring A. I don't think it's as good as the Athletics logo. I don't think it's as iconic as the Athletics logo. So for that reason, it's going to be a pretty firm C tier. It's kind of boring and it doesn't do a whole lot. Next up is my personal favorite logo. It's the Brewers logo. This is easily an S tier. Am I a little bit biased? Yeah, maybe, but I also think it's quite frankly the best logo. It's got the B, it's got the M, and it's a ball and glove. I don't think you can get any better than that. It's an iconic logo. It's classic. Next up, we're going to have the St. Louis Cardinals. I don't like the Cardinals. They're my least favorite team, but honestly, it's a very good logo. I think it looks crisp. I think it looks clean. I think that they do the interlocking letters as one of the best teams in all of the league, and for that reason, it's going to be an A tier just because yeah, it's interlocking letters, and you could always do better than interlocking letters, but I don't think it's as iconic as some of the other interlocking letters that are going to be S tier. Spoiler alert, Next up, we're going to have the Chicago Cubs. It's a boring C, but it's iconic, so for that reason, I'm going to put it above the Braves logo, but I think, again, it's a boring C. But, it's a classic. It's an iconic logo. Next up, we're going to have the Arizona Diamondbacks. I really like their logo. I like the color scheme. I like what they're doing. I like that it has this snake head on the inside. I like that it's got the patterning. But I don't think it's as good as the Brewers logo, so it's going to be an A tier for me. With these are all great logos. The A tier is very, very good logos. Next up is the Dodgers logo. Yes, it's iconic. Yes, it's classic. And it's only going to get more classic and iconic as they build up this fantastic dynasty. But I don't think it's doing a whole lot. For me, it's going to be a B tier because I like it more than these logos, but it's not nearly as good as the Cardinals logo, for example, in terms of interlocking logos, Next up, we're going to have the Guardians logo. This is a pretty firm C tier. I don't have an opinion really one way or the other on it. It's not as iconic as the Cubs logo. The font is trying to do a little bit of something there, but it's not really doing anything. So I think it's a pretty firm C tier for me. Next up is going to be one of my other favorite interlocking letter logos of all time. It's going to be the San Francisco Giants. And the thing that is going to put it A tier for me is the color scheme. Having the black makes the orange pop so well. And maybe I'm partial to orange because I went to the University of Tennessee, but I love the logo. I think it looks so good and so crisp and so clean. And like I said, the colors just make it pop so much. Next up is going to be the Seattle Mariners. This is another great logo for me. I really like that it has the compass. I like that it has the baseball on the inside. So, it's got the nautical theme. It's got the baseball theme all in it. And I think it's a clean S. I really like the color scheme as well, but I think it's going to be an A tier for me. I think it looks really good, but it doesn't do quite enough to get up to that S tier. Next up is going to be the Miami Marlins. This is either kind of like a love it or you hate it logo, and I have a combination thereof, honestly. I think the colors are fantastic. I like that they're trying to do something different, but I think it's a little bit too much. I think you could have benefited from something a little bit less and you could have gotten more out of it. So for that reason, it's going to be a B tier just because I really respect that they were trying to do something different. They changed it up from that M that they had, which I thought was really ugly. They added in the Marlin, right? Like those things all look really good, but it's just too much on the logo for me personally. Next up is going to be the New York Mets. This is a classic, iconic logo, but I don't like it a lot. I don't like the little flares that it has on the end of each logo. I don't really think that it looks fantastic. Yes, it's iconic, but if it wasn't iconic, I'd probably have it D tier. So for that reason, it's going to get the bump to C tier, but I don't think it's as good as these logos up here. Next up is going to be the Nationals logo. This is going to be the first F tier for me. I don't think it looks good. I think it's kind of ugly. It reminds me of Walgreens. It reminds everyone of Walgreens. And also for the product that you're putting on the field, you got to have a better logo than that. It's just ugly. They're not even the best team like in their area in terms of logos like at all. You're not doing anything at all. It doesn't speak to the city. It doesn't speak to history. Like you got the Expos logo, which is way better than yours. It's just a bad logo. It's ugly. I'm sorry, Nationals fans, that you have to look at it every single day. Next up is going to be the Baltimore Orioles. Huge deal for Pete Alonso. And by the way, winter meetings video is going to be coming out on Monday with a full breakdown of all of that, so stay tuned. And the Orioles have, in my opinion, one of the best logos. I love that they have like the logo in the logo. They got the O up there with the hat. The O I also think is awesome. And I love that they have the bird. I think the bird looks so much fun, when it has it there. I like that it's smiling unlike the Blue Jays logo. I just think it's an awesome logo. It's fun. They're doing something different. It doesn't look like any of the other logos that are on this tier list right now. So for that reason, it's going to be an S tier because they do something different and it really, really works. Next up is going to be the San Diego Padres, and they do interlocking logos poorly, in my opinion. I don't think it looks very good. I like that it's got the S and the D, and I guess it's got the P there as well. I don't think the color scheme is good. It just doesn't really speak to me. I prefer the swing and fryer, so it's going to be a C tier for me just because... honestly, I'm going to put a D tier. I don't think it's good. I'm going to stick to it. And if Padres fans come at me, so be it. I don't think it's a very good logo. Next up is going to be the Pirates. And the Pirates and the Phillies, I'm like, just put them together, honestly. They're both iconic P logos, and that's all I got to say. They're going to be C tier. Just because they are that iconic P, which looks good and it looks clean and everything like that, but it's boring and it's bland. So it's kind of similar to that Braves logo. And honestly, I think it's a little bit worse, but because they're so iconic, it's got to be in that C tier. They're storied franchises, obviously. Next up is going to be the Rangers logo. I don't like it. I think that the shadow is too much behind it. I think that the font isn't very good. The color scheme is decent, but it's not enough to bring it up any higher. It's going to be a D tier for me. I just don't like it very much. Next up is the Rays logo. This is one of my least favorite logos in all of baseball. You got rid of the Devil Ray, which looked so good and I had so much fun, but this is boring. It's bland. I don't think the color scheme is very good for the logo. I like it on their jerseys, but for the logo, it just doesn't look good. The font is incredibly boring. The letters aren't even interlocking. It's just a T and a B. There's nothing special behind it. Like you look at some of these other logos. The Blue Jays have a Blue Jay on it. The Cardinals logo just looks way better. The font is way better. The Diamondbacks got like a Diamondback in their logo and it's an A and it's got patterning and everything like that. This is boring and bland and doesn't do the job whatsoever. Next up is going to be the Red Sox logo. It's got a good font. I like it. It's a similar font to the Mets font, but I like it a lot more on a singular letter. And it's the Boston Red Sox. This is an iconic logo. You think of such a plethora of players who have played for this team. You got Pedro Martinez, Ted Williams, Carl Yastrzemski. All these fantastic players have made their appearances in this Red Sox logo. It's going to be an A tier for me. Just a great logo. Next up is going to be the Cincinnati Reds with their C. I think the C is a little bit different. It's not a classic C like this Cubs C, but I don't really like it. It kind of looks like a toilet seat if we're being 100% honest, but it's an iconic logo. They're one of the most storied franchises of all time, but now that I see the toilet seat, I can't get it out of my head. It's going to be C tier just because it is so iconic, but it's a little bit boring. Next up is going to be the Colorado Rockies. I love this logo. I think that they do the interlocking logos one of the best. And for a new franchise to have a look like that, I think is awesome. I think the purple and silver and black just complete a really good look for the whole entire squad. If only they could have a team that could back it up. Next up is going to be the Kansas City Royals, and this logo isn't doing it for me either. I like it more than the Rays logo, I will say that, but I think it's kind of on the level of that Padres logo, where it's just kind of boring, it's just kind of bland, the font really isn't doing it for me. And the thing about the font that I want to point out with this Royals logo is it feels very thin. I think if you made it bold, I think it could have been a lot better, so it's not doing it for me. Next up is one of my favorite logos of all time. This is going to be the Detroit Tigers logo. I think it looks awesome. I think it looks so clean and so crisp. That Old English font just looks absolutely fantastic. I think they knocked it out of the park with this logo all that long time ago. It's an iconic logo, and it still gets the job done today. Next up is going to be the Twins logo. And, you know, it's got the interlocking. It's basically interlocking with the C from the Reds. And I think, like, you couldn't have gotten a better C, honestly, which is bringing it down a little bit for me. But I think that it's crisp, and I think that they do a good job with the colors. But now I can't see anything but the Reds logo in the C, so it's going to be in the C tier for me. I just don't think it's fantastic. It's a little bit unoriginal and a little bland, but the colors really save it. And honestly, I like the font for the T. I think the T looks really good. Next up is going to be the Chicago White Sox, also one of my favorite logos. It's iconic. You got people who wear hats with it all the time. It looks so good. The Old English looks fantastic. The way that it spells out Sox looks so good. It's one of the best logos ever, in my opinion. Again, it's a classic logo. And to wrap it up with the granddaddy of them all, this is the New York Yankees logo. It's the best logo ever in terms of, honestly, in all of sports. It's so crisp. It's so clean. It's so iconic. When you see the New York Yankees, you think about winning championships. You think about Babe Ruth. You think about Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Mariano Rivera, Derek Jeter. They have such a laundry list of players that you can draw upon. And the history of the team is so powerful. And when you think of baseball, you think of the Yankees. And when you think of the Yankees, you think of this iconic logo. It's the most popular logo probably in the entire world. I think it sold the most hats of any logo ever. And there's a reason why. Like, it can be a fashion statement. It can show off your team support. There are people, though, who are not even baseball fans who wear the Yankees logo. And there are certainly people who aren't even Yankees fans who wear the Yankees logo. So for that reason, it's got to be S tier. So just going over this entire list, you know, we got the S tier, which is reserved for the best of the best. The Brewers, the Orioles, the Tigers, the White Sox, the Yankees. They're either all iconic logos like these three that are just so well done, or they're fun logos that are doing something different like these two. Next up is going to be the A tier. And in a similar vein, these two logos, honestly, three logos, are doing something different. They're doing something fun. You got three iconic logos in these three that just look so good. And then you got the Rockies logo, which I just love, honestly. And in B tier, you got some logos that are classic that just don't do enough to get it up to that A tier. And you got a Marlins logo that's trying to do something different, but just feels a little bit cluttered. Next up in C tier, we have an Angels logo that is fine, but it looks outdated. We got kind of a boring Braves and Guardians logo and a Mets logo that I just don't like the font. Sorry. And you got two classic P logos that are just boring. And you got a couple C's that look like toilet seats. In the D's, you know, I don't think that the Astros logo is good. I don't like the H at all, and I know that some people really like it, but like I said, the H is just not doing it for me. There's something about it that I just don't like. The Padres logo, it's just, in terms of interlocking logos, it's one of the worst. The Rangers, I don't like the font. I don't like how much background shadowing there is. And then the Royals logo, I think you could really do better if you bolded it up a little bit. It just looks kind of weak right now, honestly. If I see a team with this logo, I'm not intimidated at all. And I know that's not the purpose of logos, but I just don't think it's very good. And next up in F, these are just logos that I think are bad. The Nationals logo with this Walgreens looking W is just awful. And then the Rays logo, it's boring, it's bland. And for a team that's in Tampa, that's normally a fun team, you gotta be better than that. But that's all I got for you right now. I hope you enjoyed. I had a great time making this tier list. If you got different thoughts, if you got different opinions, make sure to leave it in the comment section down below. I appreciate you guys all for watching so much. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.